Hey everybody, today I'm paying a visit to some of my favorite containers that we potted up this spring. So I'm starting here in Lachine at AJ's Berry Farm. This is where we've got some really good pots for shade. They needed ones that could take morning sun, but they don't get a lot of sun during the day. So let's take a closer look. So here at the center of this beauty is the ColorBlaze Brighto Coleus. Now this year it seems like all the leaves are looking more pink across the entire line versus last year when I remember there being a lot more orange, but it's still absolutely stunning. So you got the burgundy, the pink, and then that beautiful yellow margin going on there. And then we paired it with some of the geraniums. This is the Fire Brocade, beautiful orange color, and this is the one that has the beautiful two-toned leaves, and that's kind of one of its characteristics. Also, it's one of the types that is semi-self-cleaning, so you'll notice as the petals, they just fall off on this one, and then eventually these little stems fall off, and so if you neglect it a little bit, not going to be a big deal. It's not going to look as maybe failed as far as the flower goes as some of the other geraniums do, so that's a really nice one there. And then this here is the Portofino Citrix Begonia, and this is an absolutely stunning one. This is the one we had asked our grower, like, hey, what's your favorite begonia? And he said, hey, go with the Portofinos. They're super easy to grow. They're really beautiful. The colors are really intense on them. You're gonna love them, and we really do. They're really beautiful. This is the Citrix, so it has that yellow and some of that orange, and then there's some creeping Jenny in there. Over here we have a Caladium, and then we come over here, and this one has the beautiful illumination yellow, I think is the begonia we used in that one, if I remember correctly. That one has a really nice bright yellow. Then there's another Coleus here. This is the Main Street Beale Street. So this has really fantastic red colored leaves. There's some Diamond Frost Euphorbia. And then over here, actually maybe these are Selenias even. You know what, I can't tell right off from memory on that. More creeping Jenny. And one of my favorites is this one over here. So if you look, this one has that beautiful Vermillion begonia here. So this is a new one this year. Oop, that was a moth. I thought it was a leaf. So this is beautiful Vermillion begonia. This one, my mom has it, my sister has it. Both of them have been saying the thing does not stop flowering. And the nice thing, if you look inside, the spent flowers just kind of fall off really easily. So you don't have to deadhead this one, and you don't get a big mess off of it, which is nice. Has some of the Burgundy wedding train Coleus here, starting to trail out just like we want it to. And then here at the top is the Main Street Venice Beach or Venice Boulevard Coleus. And this one has that beautiful two-color leaf in there, absolutely stunning. And while I was here, I couldn't help but notice how fantastic their Clematis is looking. So this one here is the Princess Diana or the Princess of Wales Clematis. And you can see it has a very unusual flower, a little bit more like a upside down tulip, and then real nice bell shape going for it. And it just grows really nice. And this is in a real shady spot as well. And so they paired it here with some Hostas, some Lamium, and then those I think are Annabelle hydrangeas as well. So those are in full bloom too. So now it's time to go inside. Now it is Saturday afternoon, so I'll be curious to see. They might be a little picked over with some of the fresh stuff, but hey, they always have really good stuff. So let's go inside. Look at this. Definitely have to get some of this. That's some jam. Oh, these are always really, really good. That's local honey. Oh, have you tried the milk from the creamery in Mayo? Fantastic stuff. And I think there's some mousse cappuccino and some salted caramel. Really good stuff. Oh, look at all the cherries. Let's see what else. Looks like they're out of the raspberries already. Lots of meat. Okay. This maple syrup comes from the property. But what I really came for is right over here. Sweet stuff. They still have a couple scones left. Now I'm at the gas station on the corner of M65 and M32 in Lachine, and they've got some baskets here that have fantastic plants if you've got an area where you want something a little bit more drought tolerant. So I think they said they water these maybe every 2-3 days, and they're looking really, really good. So I'm going to tell you exactly what varieties they used. So the red flowering plant is a Surefire Red Begonia. So these are really nice. They make a great backdrop for them. And then we've got some Scaevola, and that's the blue one there. And this is just starting to take off. So we're going to start seeing that trail over the edge really, really soon. And then they also have some white Impatiens in there. So they tuck those in there. And so those are a nice blast of white tucked in as well. Now I'm at Culligan Plaza in downtown Alpena, and their containers in here always look fantastic, and I have to hand it to the city of Alpena and the businesses here, because their baskets, their containers, and the flowers all around the business and stuff, they're really making a great effort and they're having great success. So let's have a closer look at what varieties are in these baskets. Now in this one you might recognize that geranium, that's the fire brocade, and it's completely surrounded by the Vermillion Arcufia, and that's that beautiful cigar-shaped firecracker plant that the hummingbirds love. And then draping around the bottom is all of the Supertunia Mini Vista Yellow, and that thing is just covered in flowers. You can see this one's really great in containers, but it also looks really good in the landscape. And then over here, take a look at that purple fountain grass. I love how it catches the wind. It's going to continue to grow and get more plumes. It's just a really elegant, beautiful, tall addition. And then down here at the bottom, this is some of the Bandolista lantana. And the interesting thing about lantana, if you look, like that one there has a red center with the flowers kind of start to open that kind of golden orange color, and then they'll transition to red. So you have those early blooms with a red center and an orange outside, and then the older blooms will have more of the golden center with a red ring outside, and then the more mature blooms are going to be completely that red color. And I think the color of this one is chili or something, or red chili or something like that. And then it also has some of this sweetheart lime sweet potato vine. And then over here, this one has some Angelonia. This is going to get taller. It's just starting to kick in. You can see all those new branches kind of coming up, and those are going to fill with blue flowers. And then it does have some of the sunset orange Petcoa, the Super Cal, which is one of my favorites. One thing I am noticing, if you take a real close look at those leaves, you see how they're getting a little bit yellow. That's usually called chlorosis, and that usually means some kind of nutrient deficiency. So if you see this on your plants, it's a good idea to make sure you're getting them some fertilizer. If you are fertilizing, then they probably need iron, because your pH in your soil might be making it so your plant isn't able to get fertilizer. So I'm going to let them know that, you know, we can get them some iron so that they can get those greening up again. And then this is the Sun Patient electric orange, and that just is full of a vibrant orange color, really beautiful. And then we'll kind of go over here. They have a nice little perennial area over there, but I really want to look at these plants over here, and they are doing a great job with their baskets as well. So they've got a lot of beautiful petunias, but this one here is the Surefire Red Begonia, and this is one that just is a nice easy one for sun or shade. I showed you it earlier. Inside, that nice white one, that is the white, I think it's Belize white Gara, and so you can see it just gets a nice kind of a bouquet of blooms at the top. And this down here is Trailing Mizu, gets that little kind of red or fuchsia flower on it. It's kind of a succulent, and that's one that can take sun, shade, it can be wet, it can be dry, it just is really easy to grow. Then over here, that is some Prince Tut grass, beautiful like plumes on that one. And then the petunia in here is the Color Blitz Blurific, so really nice color on that one. And then the Calabracoa over here, that is probably the Cha-Cha Red Kiss, so nice kind of dark center on that one. This other red one, I absolutely love the white leafed one here. This is the Senecio Angel Wing. So it has a beautiful fuzzy leaf, really stands out really nicely from a distance. And then we have some dark red geraniums. Those are the Calliope variety. And then the petunia down at the bottom is a Surfenia deep red. And so that one just kind of fills in towards the bottom. And we're going to slip over here. It's always great. People are always enjoying this little area. So some more beautiful baskets over here. And head on over here. Here's a planter with a plant that you may not be as familiar with. The trailing plant here is Lophos, or Lophospermum. And so it gets a really nice trailing habit, and then the flowers on it, like this is the rose variety, so those trumpet-like flowers just kind of cover it. It's really beautiful. Once it starts getting warm, you're going to start seeing that trailing action. And then inside, over here, this is the Bandolero lychee fruit or lychee color. So it has that little bit of yellow on the inside when it first opens, and then those transition right to that beautiful pink color. So you can see, and this is just loaded with flowers. So as long as your lantana is getting just a bit of consistent moisture, it doesn't like to be too wet, and getting fertilizer, it's going to keep flowering and flowering. And then this one here is the Truffula Pink Gomphrena. So this is a really nice filler, plays nice. You can see how it's just growing inside with that lantana, and then the little puff pink balls, those will just keep coming all season long. It keeps going and going and going. Then this one here has some more Lophos. This is the Lophos White. Sometimes we can get it also in like a wine color. I have a really nice petunia in there. I'm trying to remember which one that is. It's probably, it might be a wave purple or something in that kind of category. But the salvia, that one I definitely know. That is, sorry, we got some traffic going on. The salvia is a rockin' fuchsia. And what I love about this is not only does it get the beautiful fuchsia flowers, but those calyxes, whether it's before they bloom or when they're done blooming, they have that nice purple color. So they almost look like purple grains of wheat. So really easy to grow salvia as well. If you are ever having trouble with the leaves getting a little bit black, that usually means it's being overwatered. Otherwise, it's, you don't really have to worry too much. And here's another one with some really more kind of bright pinky reds, again with some of the white Lophos. And then this is the Americana Cherry Red Geranium. The color on that is just beautiful. And then that's the Archangel Cherry Angelonia that's popping up. That's kind of the one with the long arms and the beautiful flowers on it. So right now I'm in front of the Thunder Bay Arts Council building, and they have one of our giant pots here in front. And if you take a look at that Suncredible sunflower, that thing is absolutely huge. So at the top, all those yellow flowers are the sunflower. Down here at the bottom is the Thunbergia, the lemon appeal. Looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, this is just a wall of color, and I'll kind of give you a tour of the walk around so you can see the rest of it. So you can see just how huge those sunflowers are getting. The Thunbergia is climbing up, but there's a trellis in there, but you don't even see it because there's so much of that black-eyed Susan vine in there. Then this one here is the Super Cal Premium. I can't remember, it's a yellow sun, I think is the color. So that one's looking fantastic. You can see it has that kind of more of a mustard yellow. And then we have some magenta action going on. This is the Plum Wine Superbena Royale. And then that's also with a Calliope violet geranium. So need to maybe do a little deadheading on that. No big deal though. And then there's also some more of that Kufia in here. That there, I think that is one of the Surfenia petunias. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up to make sure I get it right. And then let's see. Yeah, and then you get more of that magenta and yellow action going on over here. And oh, there is a little bit of sweet potato vine. That's the Illusion Penny Lace, just kind of peeking through. If you want proof that the new lobelia can stand up to the heat, this is the Hot Plus dark blue or deep blue lobelia. And look at how fantastic that's looking. It's absolutely huge, and it is in the blazing sun all day and is growing just beautifully. So as long as it gets its water, it's going to do really great. And then over here, they've got the Cha-Cha Fuchsia Calibrachoa, and then this is some of the Flower Power Spider Osteospermum, and I think this is the Purple Sun right here. So those are looking really, really nice. So you can see how nice and full that basket gets. Here at the center building, we have some wax begonias. I think this might be the Surefire Rose, not exactly sure. And then there's some silver nickel vines, some creeping jenny. I think this would be the Selenia yellow begonia as well. So those are just looking really beautiful, and they really make kind of a statement against this wall. This is a beautiful way to fill a window box. These are just containers placed into a big box, and each one has one begonia, and you can see how beautiful these do. So this is like an apricot Selenia. I think this is another Selenia or nonstop. This I think is the Selenia. This one I think is the Portofino hot coral. This is the Maca White. I think is that a nonstop? I think so. Here's a Surefire Pink. So they just have a collection of begonias in here, and they look absolutely beautiful. And the nice thing is it doesn't matter which spot around the building, because these are all sun or shade varieties. I think this one might be the Netja, or one of the Hymaelis. This one here is the Surefire White. I got some musical interlude going on in the background. I think this is the Portofino Citrix. This one's looking a little bit small. This one here is probably a Dragon Wing Red, I'm guessing. I think this is the Nettle again. This one I think is a Selenia. It could be a Nonstop, not exactly sure. This one might be either a Surefire or a Whopper. It probably has a Whopper Pink. It looks like it got a little dried out, so that one might have had a water issue. Portofino Hot Coral. Look at the dark leaves on that and on the bright flowers. This is the Dragon Wing White. That one's new this year. But you can see the flowers are a little bit more of a blush kind of color. This is the Dragon Wing Pink or Rose. I can't remember which one they call it. I think that's the Selenia Yellow. This one is probably, that could be the Surefire Red, or else maybe it's the Dragon Wing Red. I can't remember. I think this is the Maca Orange Nonstop. This one here is a Selenia Pink, I think. This is the Vermillion. Just look at the flower coverage on that. That's the Dragon Wing White again. These are two different, or are they the same? I think these are different. This might be the Selenia. This might be the Nonstop Joy Pinks. So they're just beautiful. I gotta hand it to everybody involved in keeping these baskets and containers looking so good, because you guys, you're doing a great job, and you're definitely showing us all up, because your containers, they just look fantastic. So hey, keep up the good work, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.